Making excuses is pointless. You're fired. Submit your resignation by the end of the day.
I was on my way to an important business meeting when I narrowly saved a child from being hit by a truck. I handed the unharmed child to his mother and hurried to the meeting, but I was 20 minutes late. My boss, who had come with me, yelled at me.
Do you realize how important today's meeting is? Being 20 minutes late is inexcusable. It's common sense to arrive 20 minutes early.
I knew being late was my fault. However, I wished he would understand the situation instead of just getting angry. I'm truly sorry, but please hear me out. There was a child about to get hit by a truck.
So what? A random kid or a business deal? Which do you think is more important? Someone who can prioritize doesn't belong here. You're useless.
I was shocked and disgusted. He valued business deals over human life. Understood. I don't need this kind of company. I decided to quit, just as my boss had said. Little did I know, my decision would later lead to his downfall. My name is Alex Summers. I work for a bedding manufacturer. I'm in charge of selling beds at a major company that has a wide range of brands, including beds, sofas, pillows, and cushions. My parents used to suffer from back pain, but it eased after they switched to our company's bed. Good bedding improves the quality of life. Knowing this through my parents, I wanted to bring quality sleep and a better life to as many people as possible, which led me to join this company. I'm responsible for a large store that includes offices, but I also visit other stores and conduct business meetings as needed. Consulting with people who have sleep issues is interesting because of the variety of problems they have. Later, when customers come back to thank me for helping them sleep better, it's very fulfilling. However, lately, I've been questioning my job. Due to major furniture manufacturers selling cheap, good-quality beds, there's a divide in the company about future sales strategies. One faction believes we should continue providing high-quality beds, while the other advocates for selling more, even if it means lowering quality. I, of course, want to continue delivering good-quality products. There are plenty of cheap beds out there. I believe our beds should exist to make the essential human activity of sleeping more comfortable. The company's policy hasn't changed yet due to this deadlock, but I can feel the profit-seeking faction growing. Sometimes I think I should just work for another furniture maker. Amidst this, a new source of stress appeared. The recently transferred Tompkins. He's part of the Reform faction. Even though the company's official policy hasn't changed, he absurdly demands we sell 3 times as many beds, regardless of their cheapness. Sales quotas should be based on current situations to increase profits. Without any basis or strategy, meeting a 3-fold increase is impossible for us. His frequent disrespectful remarks, like "just force them to buy," show his lack of regard for customers. He only gives orders and does nothing to increase sales. He doesn't even visit the store. His constant focus on raising profits is another reason for my dissatisfaction. I often wondered why Tompkins, who lacks management skills, holds a managerial position. A colleague chuckled and said, "It's all about seniority here. Long service alone can get you a managerial role." Whenever we, the sales team, desperately secure contracts and increase profits, he arrogantly claims, "It's all thanks to my guidance," and sends reports to the headquarters, overstating his non-existent achievements. Conversely, when customers complain about being forced into purchases, he never faces the issue himself. Instead, he makes one of us deal with it, reporting that the employee lacked cooperation and inconvenienced the customer, shifting all the blame onto subordinates. Working in such a company, I started to lose sight of what I was gaining day by day. I just wanted to spread the word about the quality of our beds, not push products indistinguishable from others onto unwilling customers. It seems like I'm working solely for Tompkins. Amidst this, I learned from a hotel, one of my sales destinations, about their plans to build a large resort. If they could use our beds, it would be a massive deal. When I proposed the idea, they even requested custom-made beds. There are still people who need our products. Elated, I was determined to make this deal a success. When I reported this to the company, Tompkins quickly got wind of it and encouraged me with, "You better make it a success." I didn't mind the support and earnestly replied, "I'll do my best." But then he said something unbelievable.
If this succeeds, my promotion is guaranteed.
My enthusiasm deflated instantly. To him, getting our beds to more people is secondary. I'm just another pawn for Tompkins. No matter how hard I work for the customers or the company, it's Tompkins who gets the credit, even though he only thinks of himself. What am I working so hard for? These gloomy thoughts began to consume me. Then, the deal with the resort hotel became more concrete, and I learned that the estimate reached a staggering $100 million. Given the large number of rooms and the desire to deliver a high-quality, comfortable space, this amount seemed trivial to the client. I had ambitions too. If this deal went well, maybe other employees would reevaluate the quality of our products. We can make cheap beds of decent quality, but our brand's beds are unique. If they understood this, maybe they would reconsider. For me personally, this was a major undertaking, a gamble on the company's future. On the day of the negotiation, I got off the train at a large station near the client's location and walked down a busy street lined with office buildings and shopping malls. While waiting at a red light at the crosswalk, I noticed a little boy standing next to me, wearing a backpack. It was just past 2 p.m., so he was probably on his way home from school. Off this main road, there are residential areas, elementary schools, and middle schools. As a kid, I remember dreaming of becoming a pilot or a baseball player. Lost in thought, I saw the boy start to cross the road. The light had turned green. I can afford to zone out now. I have an important business meeting, I thought to myself, and stepped onto the crosswalk. Suddenly, a truck turning right from the far end of the street, without slowing down, was heading straight for the crosswalk. The little boy was still walking across. He froze the moment he saw the truck, which didn't seem to notice him and showed no signs of stopping. Thinking he was about to be hit, I ran, grabbed his backpack, and pulled him backward. I embraced his small body and rolled onto the ground, landing on my back. When I got up, the truck had passed by, as if nothing had happened. Ouch! Are you okay, kid? I checked on the boy. He seemed stunned at first, but then realized what had happened, and started crying loudly.
Ah.
There, it was scary, wasn't it? I comforted him, stroking his head, and moved to a safe place. He didn't seem injured, but he wasn't in a state to go home alone. I wiped his tears with a handkerchief and handed it to him. Can you contact someone from home? He was still sobbing, but managed to pull out what seemed like a child's smartphone from his pocket and handed it to me without a word, seemingly trusting me. I'll just borrow this for a sec. I called a number saved as Mom on the phone. A woman's voice answered.
Hello, Ray.
Sorry. I'm calling on his behalf. My name is Alex Summers.
Though.
There was a moment of confusion, understandably so, hearing a stranger's voice instead of her sins. I explained the situation as calmly as possible to avoid alarming her. So, Ray can talk right now. I'm calling in his place. Mom, can you come pick him up? After giving her our location, she said she would be right there. Your mom's coming soon. Let's wait here, okay?
Okay.
The boy nodded, a bit calmer now. I handed back the phone and then remembered something. My phone, I hope I didn't miss anything. I took out my smartphone, only to find a slew of missed calls from Tompkins. Reluctantly, I called him back, and he answered after just one ring.
Alex, where are you? Making our client wait. What are you thinking?
Well, I was startled by his loud voice and accidentally dropped my phone. It switched to speaker mode, making his yelling even louder.
Where are you now? Do you have any idea how important today's meeting is? You've got 5 minutes to get here, or you're fired, no matter what the reason. We don't need incompetents who can keep time.
Then the call abruptly ended. Startled by the sudden outburst, passersby were giving me curious looks. I quickly put away my smartphone.
Fired?
It seemed the boy had heard everything. Whether he understood the meaning of fired or not, I didn't want to look bad in front of him. I had to seem like a reliable adult, or the kid would surely feel anxious. I couldn't really hear. The call got disconnected. I put away my phone and asked, using the name his mother had mentioned, "Your name's Ray, right?"
Yes. And you are?
"I'm Alex Summers."
Alex. I have a friend named Alex too.
Really relieved to see Ray perk up. Just then, a woman calling his name came running. Ray reacted with a mom. As he saw her,
Ray, I'm so glad you're safe.
his mother, tears in her eyes, embraced him. Ray used the handkerchief I gave him earlier to wipe her tears.
Thank you so much. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
Ray's mother seemed to be around my age, a very beautiful woman. Ray will probably grow up to be handsome too. No, it was just a coincidence.
Can I see you again, Alex?
Well, Ray asked, tugging at my shirt. His mom chimed in, "Please, I insist."
Let me properly thank you. I can't just let this go. Also, this handkerchief belongs to you, Summers, right? I want to wash it and return it to you.
It felt wrong to refuse after such a request. We exchanged contact information and agreed to meet again later. I'm glad I could help Ray. His mom seems nice too. After parting ways with them, I checked my watch and broke into a cold sweat. 10 minutes had already passed. I hurried, but still ended up being 20 minutes late. Thankfully, the client wasn't mad thanks to my previous good conduct. The problem was Tompkins. As soon as I left the office after the meeting, he berated me furiously. Unbothered by the startled passersby, I thought about the client witnessing this, but I, who was late, had no right to complain.
Do you realize how important today's meeting was? 20 minutes late. It's common sense to arrive 20 minutes early.
I'm really sorry, but please listen. There was a child about to be hit by a truck.
So what? A random child or a business deal? Which do you think is more important?
I was shocked and appalled. He valued the deal over a human life.
Making excuses is useless. You're fired. Submit your resignation by the end of the day.
By the end of today. What about the deal? It was going well.
What? Why are you worried about that? I'll take over. Anything you can do, anyone can do. You think you're special or something. It was just good timing, right?
Something inside me snapped. What's the point of working under someone like this? Even if the deal succeeds, Tompkins will take all the credit. So, understood. I accept being fired. I gave up on arguing further. I calculated my remaining paid leave, wrote my resignation, and submitted it to HR. Being forced to write personal reasons as my reason for leaving, I felt nothing anymore. As I cleared my desk, I felt the stares of my colleagues.
Alex, are you really quitting?
A coworker who went to today's meeting with me asked in a low voice. Yeah, it seems like I'm fired.
That's terrible. Just for that.
I appreciate your concern. Take care of yourselves.
Hey Alex, what are you dawdling for? You're so slow. Get out of here already.
Shortly after, Tompkins rudely kicked me out. Later, I saw a disturbing article in the news online. My former company had launched a new low-priced product. It was clear that the reform faction had gained power. I couldn't keep up anymore. The company I loved no longer existed. Turning off my smartphone screen, I saw my own troubled reflection. I can't show up at Ray's house with a face like this. 3 days ago, I had received a call from Ray's mother, Emily Smith. She had invited me to their home. I crossed the same crosswalk from that day and used a map app to find their apartment. Pressing the intercom at the building, Emily and Ray came out to greet me.
It's been a while. Thank you for taking the time to come.
Though I wasn't busy at all, I kept my response vague. She led me to the living room and served tea and cake. Thinking it would be polite, I asked about Ray's father. He might be at work, but it was worth asking. "Excuse me, is your husband here? If it's not too much trouble, I'd like to greet him."
My husband, we're divorced.
"Oh, I see, sorry."
No, it's fine.
"So, she's raising Ray alone."
He's the only family I have. I can't imagine losing him. That's why, Alex, you saved Ray's life and mine as well.
"No family? What about your parents?" I asked, thinking she might still have them. But then immediately regretted my intrusive question. Everyone has their own family issues. Sorry. Forget that question.
No, it's all right. I haven't seen my parents for a long time, as if they are not around anymore.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Please don't apologize. Today is about expressing my gratitude to you.
Emily placed the handkerchief I gave Ray in front of me. It smelled of fabric softener and was perfectly smooth.
Thank you for the handkerchief.
You cleaned it so nicely.
Look, Alex, look.
Ray suddenly spread out a paper in front of me. It looked like a math test, all answers circled in red, with 100 written under Ray Smith. Ray is in first grade. He has a bright future. A perfect score. That's amazing.
Isn't it?
Sorry, Alex. He's just excited about his first perfect score.
No, it's wonderful. I felt warm and content listening to more stories about Ray's school. It was a rare and meaningful time for me. He rarely talks to children. Time flies when you're having fun, and it is soon evening. As I was about to leave, Ray looked sad.
Will you come again tomorrow?
Ray, Alex has work. Don't be demanding.
Well, I'm actually on leave right now. Kind of.
Oh, I see.
Alex is fired, right?
Ray blurted out the truth.
What?
Actually. I couldn't hide it anymore. I briefly explained my situation. No matter how much I emphasized that it was all for my boss's self-preservation, Emily turned pale.
So, you were fired because you saved Ray.
No, please don't worry about it. I was planning to quit anyway, so it was a good opportunity.
But still.
Emily lowered her gaze.
I'm really sorry. If I had been there to pick him up.
No way. The truck driver was at fault, and you had work, right? Nothing is more important than Ray's life, I said, looking at Ray, who had fallen asleep on the sofa.
He was so excited since this morning, knowing you were coming over.
That's an honor for me. I stood up, trying to alleviate the awkwardness. Emily moved to carry Ray, but I offered to do it instead. I carefully picked him up and carried him to his bedroom, trying not to wake him. Wait, this bed. Ray's bed was from the company I worked for.
Is there something wrong with the bed?
No, I used to work for this bed's manufacturer.
Really?
Yes, I really liked their products. I was drawn to the idea of improving sleep quality and life. The policy has changed recently, but until then, I was really proud of what we made. Oh, did you know, I found myself passionately talking about my favorite story from the company. This brand is the most popular in the company. The current president created it for his newborn daughter, wanting her to grow up healthy. It went through several improvements. Employees jokingly call it the doting parent bed, but it's truly a great bed. Normally, babies wake up and cry as soon as they're away from their mother, right? But with this bed, they seem to sleep so peacefully.
Is that so?
Emily's reaction was muted, and she seemed to be looking off into the distance. Maybe my story wasn't that interesting. I got carried away. Well, hearing about the company that made your furniture might not be that exciting. Sorry for the strange story.
No, I can see how much you cared about your company.
After quietly leaving the bedroom so as not to wake Ray, I promised to contact her again and left the apartment. A few days later, having used up my paid leave, I went to my workplace for the final resignation procedure. It was my last day at the office. The president was there for an inspection, causing a bit of a stir.
What are you doing here?
Tompkins spotted me immediately. I hoped to leave without seeing him. I'm here for my final resignation procedure.
What? You haven't quit yet? Just seeing your incompetent face annoys me.
I ignored his comment and was about to walk past, but someone from HR called us.
Tompkins, Summers, the president wants to see you both.
What?
The president? What did you do?
Nothing. I haven't been here. I truly had no idea why we were called together. In the reception room, the president looked serious. As we sat down, he turned to Tompkins.
Is it true that you forced Alex to resign?
Tompkins was caught off guard by such a direct question. Tompkins seemed as surprised as I was. He tried to remain composed as he answered,
No, there must be some mistake. I don't have such authority. He voluntarily submitted his resignation. It stated personal reasons, I believe.
The president then looked at me.
Is that true?
No, I was told I was fired for being late to a meeting and to submit my resignation that day.
That's what I've heard from other employees as well.
I hadn't expected anyone to have looked into it. Tompkins was clearly startled.
Tompkins, while being late is indeed bad and can affect our relationship with clients, and addressing and preventing it is your duty. Why did you tell him he was fired? And did you just lie to me?
He stumbled for words, but then lifted his face, seeming to have thought of a rebuttal.
With all due respect, President, it was this guy's fault for being late to the meeting in the first place. Blaming me for his failure is misguided, isn't it?
You knew the reason he was late, right? And yet, you forced him to submit his resignation. Isn't that true?
He said there was a child in danger of an accident, but that's just a made-up excuse.
No, it's not a lie. I really did.
Stop spouting nonsense. Where was this so-called kid anyway? It's just your excuse.
Tompkins yelled, forgetting he was in the presence of the president. Suddenly, the door to the reception room opened, and a woman and a child entered.
What he's saying is true.
I was so surprised that I exclaimed out loud, Emily and Ray.
My child was about to be in a traffic accident, and Alex saved him.
Who are you people? Outsiders, get out!
Tompkins shouted, causing Ray to hide behind his mother in fear. However, it wasn't Emily who retorted, but the president.
Outsiders. Are you calling my daughter and grandson outsiders?
Daughter, I was the first to react. Catching my gaze, Emily gave a wry smile.
I'm sorry for keeping it a secret, Alex.
No, really, it then clicked. The president's last name was also Smith. Emily had mentioned she was divorced, so she must have been using her maiden name.
Yes, I contacted you because you were an employee of my father's company. You saved my son's life and then were forced out by your boss. So
After 10 years, you finally reached out.
10 years. I remembered she had said she was out of touch with her parents, considering them as good as gone.
I couldn't ignore such a story, so I had my employees investigate. They confirmed that you pressured Alex to resign, and that you've been imposing unreasonable quotas on everyone, revealing one problem after another.
This is preposterous. You can't just take action without hearing my side.
Tompkins still tried to resist, but Ray approached and showed his cell phone.
Look, sir.
What's this? You've got 5 minutes to get here, or you're fired, no matter the reason. I don't need incompetents who can keep time.
Tompkins's angry voice filled the room. That voice, it's from that time.
I always told Ray to record everything for safety.
Ray had realized the seriousness of the accident and had been recording since I returned his phone.
It seems undeniable that you said he was fired, Tompkins. You're saying it yourself.
Cornered by the president's glare, Tompkins finally ran out of excuses.
I'll report on the detailed investigation and the appropriate action to be taken later. Leave now.
The president instructed Tompkins, who exited the room. After he left, The president apologized to me for not being aware of the situation.
Also, Alex, if you're willing, I'd like you to continue working here. Don't worry about Tompkins. Please, share your thoughts with me. Emily scolded me too. She said it's hard to find someone who cares about the company as much as you do, and who's also a person of character. You'll regret losing him, she said.
I just really like our company's beds. Should I say it? I was planning to leave the company anyway. If there's anything I can say now that I couldn't before, I should say it. But to be honest, I'm not very fond of the company's current direction. It feels like we're throwing away our previous experiences and our customers' sentiments in pursuit of profit alone. I don't want to be part of that.
I understand, Alex, but running a company isn't just about ideals. I wish we could continue with the old ways too, but...
It's not just an ideal. Emily's home has one of our beds. She bought it, right? The president's eyes widened.
Is that true, Emily?
Yes, Ray sleeps so well in it.
President, you developed that brand with the hope that your daughter would grow up healthy. That sentiment has been passed down to her.
So that's how it was.
It was expensive, especially for a single mother like me, but it was worth it if it helped Ray sleep better.
I want to provide a better life for those who need our beds. Of course, profit is important, but there are people who need our beds. If there's a way to preserve our approach and protect the company, I would like to work on it. After pondering, the president nodded firmly.
All right, I'll appoint you as the project leader.
What? A project leader?
Yes, Tompkins will be demoted regardless. I want you to take over as manager and research the balance between customer needs and pricing in the field.
Yes, sir.
You're right. Focusing solely on growing the company is missing the point. We almost betrayed those who favor our products.
And he looked at Emily and Ray.
I remembered your words about providing a better life for those in need. I created that brand for my awaited daughter, out of sheer love. I wanted her to grow up healthy. Profit was secondary. I nearly forgot those feelings.
I couldn't believe my voice had reached the president. Thanks to Emily and Ray. I was about to thank them when the president addressed Emily.
What's this about being a single mother?
Well,
Didn't you elope with some suspicious guy even though you had a fiancé and got disowned for it?
yes.
Where did he go?
He cheated, so I divorced him. I didn't have the courage to tell you.
Should I even be hearing this? The president sighed deeply.
I told you to stay away from that man.
But it led to Ray's birth, so I don't regret it.
Well, that's true.
It looked like their relationship as father and daughter might be mended. Subsequently, Tompkins's misdeeds came to light. While I was on leave, other employees had become his targets. After learning about my forced resignation, they began recording his words and actions as evidence. Tompkins tried to make excuses, but the evidence was undeniable. He was transferred to customer service, but lacking the skills, he ultimately resigned voluntarily. I managed to reclaim the billion-dollar deal, successfully negotiating it to completion. The president praised me, and we went out for drinks. I was also working on the development of our brand, which was seeing increasing sales without lowering prices.
It's because you believe in and value our products, Alex. Thank you.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
With your management skills, you could be the next president.
No, you're joking.
No, I'm serious.
Should I take this seriously? Whenever I visited the Smith family for advice, Emily assured me, my father doesn't joke about such things. If I'm expected to fulfill such a role, I want to challenge that.
Alex.
What's up, Ray?
Remember when we went shopping together the other day?
Yay.
Well, a kid from my class saw us and said, Ray's dad is so cool.
Oh,
Ray, stop that.
Emily quickly covered Ray's mouth in a panic.
Why can't I say that?
He may not like to be called Dad.
Is that true?
Looking at me with innocent eyes, leaving me unable to say yes or no. Well,
I'd be happy if Alex became my dad. Then we could play every day.
Ray,
to be honest, I had developed feelings for Emily. As I got to know her and Ray, I found her earnestness and the way she cared for Ray truly admirable. I'd be happy to have a son like Ray, I said, taking a chance. Emily blushed and fumbled for words.
Really? Then I'll ask Mom.
Ask.
Do you mind if Alex becomes my dad?
It's not that I mind, but, Ray, don't ask such troubling things.
She doesn't mind. I'm quite open to the idea.
Really? Well, I'm somewhat open to it too.
Seemingly not entirely against the idea. Kindness isn't just for others, they say, but I didn't consciously do good deeds. Yet, by holding on to what's important and being honest with people, they truly see you. This is surely important in life. I want to pass on what I've learned to Ray when he's older. I hope he becomes someone who can help others, connect people, and create something valuable.
There's no place for a poor high school grad here.
When I attended a networking event hosted by a client, I was told by a former classmate, a company president's daughter, Samantha, to leave the venue. My stretched patience finally snapped. In front of a crowd, fed up with Samantha's insults directed at me, I simply said before I left, "Understood." As I was about to leave the event, a person with a pale face appeared before me. As a result, Samantha ended up losing her job and family, becoming destitute. My name is Kevin Carter, and I'm 35 years old. I work at Carter Foods as an executive. We're a company that handles a variety of foods, from processed products to bottled water, and we're committed to product development. Due to family issues, I couldn't continue to college and started working at Carter Foods after high school graduation. I've been working for 20 years, and I still find my job enjoyable. In my private life, I married my wife, Emily, whom I met through an acquaintance 2 years ago. We don't have kids yet, but hopefully, in time. I was leading a contented life both at work and at home, but one day I ran into a high school classmate, and that encounter led to an unbelievable turn of events. Ever since I was a kid, I loved researching various things and dreamed of becoming a researcher. Because of that, I studied diligently from elementary school, always maintaining top grades. However, when I was in high school, my mother ran off with her affair partner, leaving my father and me behind. The shock of her leaving drove my father to alcoholism, and he was in and out of hospitals, unable to work. Naturally, college was out of the question for me. My uncle, my dad's brother, supported us with living expenses, so we managed to get by, but I couldn't ask him to cover tuition, so I gave up on college. My uncle told me